Hello everyone and welcome back to my newest series here on Jetstream Aviation. This is the first Santa Clarita International Airport update. Now Santa Clarita is a fictional airport. It's partially inspired by John Wayne, Orange County, Long Beach, Ontario, Burbank, anywhere like those little extra LA airports or that are in the LA area. So the reason I'm doing this is because I've recently reached 300 subscribers, sorry about that, and I've decided to start a few new model airports. So first one is going to be Santa Clarita. This one is much smaller than San Diego Ocon, but it does use the map, just with only a few of the stands being used and some of them being used differently. I might eventually set it up so I can have both have proper stands, but at the moment with San Diego Ocon still adding details, it's going to be quite different. But yeah, this airport has a heavy presence from Southwest, and then a little bit from Delta, United, Spirit, Hawaiian and JetBlue, and then there's also Alaska SkyWest. So there's the airlines. You'll notice there are two new models that you won't have seen before in this update, and there will be another one in San Diego Ocon, another extra model. But yeah, I just want to thank you all for 300 subscribers, really, it means a lot. And also thank you for the A350 video that I recently posted from Virgin Atlantic. It's doing really well. Didn't expect it to do that well actually, because most of my other flight reviews don't. But if you are watching this and you want to see some flight reviews, I've got quite a few up. I've done 5 now, I think. So yeah, I'd really recommend that you watch that if that interests you. Anyway, I'm going to get into the update now. So this update takes place in the morning here. It's probably about 10 AM, and this has just come in from an overnight flight from Memphis in Tennessee. It's a FedEx MD-11, just loading on some more cargo. It's the only cargo flight that comes into Santa Clarita. The runway is only just long enough, only about 6,000 feet, so they can just about get it in. But yeah, this one has just come in from Memphis, and it'll be heading back out there shortly. And here we have an aircraft that has just touched down the runway this morning. It's made a nice early flight out from Seattle. It's a Delta 737-900ER. It's going to be taxiing on stand. It'll be heading back out to Seattle in about 2 hours. Here we have just taxiing a JetBlue A321-200. It arrived in from JFK last night, and it is now just taxiing back out there. It's quite a long flight, so it takes most of the day. So this is just a once daily service. Gets in to JFK when they're about midday probably, and then it comes back out here and gets in about 10 PM. So yeah, it's just taxiing out for a nice early flight out to JFK. Now just here we have a Southwest 737 MAX 8 in the Herbert D. Keller or Desert Gold livery. It's a lovely aircraft from Gemini Jets, and it has just pushed back off the stand and will be heading out to Sacramento shortly. Now Sacramento is the largest route that's Southwest operate out of here. There's 5 daily flights, and then there's 4 Oakland flights. So yeah, this one will be heading out to Sacramento. Now something I forgot to mention at the start is you will notice this airport is full. So for the first one, I decided to show it off with every route. Well, not every route, because some of these aircraft, not all of them, in fact a majority of them don't, but some aircraft have 2 routes. So this one has 2 routes. It also has Oakland. All the Southwest aircraft have 2 routes. So this one is doing Sacramento, and then it will do Oakland in another update. But I wanted to show off each aircraft that will be featured in the update. Obviously I will add and take away some once I build my collection a bit more. But so far, this is what I've got. These are the planes you will see here, or the airlines you'll see here at least. So anyway, I've gone on for a bit about this one, but it's going out to Sacramento shortly. Now onto the gates. So there are 2 terminals, Terminal B and Terminal A and Terminal B. So we're starting at Terminal B and we're working our way down to Terminal A. So here at Terminal B we have the only Alaska flight. It's Alaska SkyWest Embraer 170, and it's very shortly going to be heading out to Portland in Oregon. Just here we have a United Express CRJ 550. That will very shortly be heading out to San Francisco. And here we have a United 737-800 with the split scimitars that has just arrived in from Denver, and we're heading back out there in about 2 hours. Now the first of the new models and a new airline. This one only arrived earlier today. That's why I postponed this update a bit, so I could feature this aircraft as one that I thought should be featured. It's an NG Models Spirit A319, my first Spirit aircraft. Not a huge fan of livery, but I figured, being as I do US airports, it's something quite necessary, so I've decided to include it. Now this Spirit A319 will very shortly be heading out to Las Vegas, Nevada. And here is a Southwest 737-700 in the California 1 livery. I recently found out that this is now on an 800, this livery, but I love it so much I've decided to keep it, and my Southwest collection isn't very big. I haven't got any in the regular livery, which I really need to try and get. They're just quite hard to come by at the moment, so I'm trying to wait to see if I can get some, but I don't know. Hopefully in future I'm going to try and focus on collecting those. But yeah, it's a Southwest 737-700 with winglets, the California 1 livery, and it will very shortly be heading out to San Jose, California. Now on the final aircraft of Terminal B, and another new model. It's a beautiful, beautiful model. It's Imura 1, a Southwest 737 MAX 8. Imura 1 is sort of their Hawaii state livery. I love it so much. This is the NG Models one. Wanted to get it for a really long time, and I'm so glad I've got it now. It's my favourite of the state liveries, definitely. And this one will be heading out to Los Cabos in Mexico. This is the only international flight that currently operates into this airport. Yeah, so this Southwest 737 MAX 8 in Imura 1 will be heading out to Los Cabos. Now we're moving on to Terminal A. A little bit of a common thing you see. You don't see it in Orange County, but in Ontario and Long Beach, Hawaii have A321neo service to Honolulu, so I decided to add that. So for the smaller terminal, Terminal A, we're starting out with this Hawaiian A321neo, and it's going to be heading out to Honolulu in the Hawaiian Islands. Now here we have the largest passenger aircraft of the update. This is the Flying Pencil, the 757-300 from Delta Airlines. I'm hoping to get a 200 because I prefer that to do this route, to be honest. But at the moment this works perfectly fine. So this Delta 757-300 will very shortly be heading out to Atlanta in Georgia. And here we have a Delta 737-800 that will very shortly be heading out to Salt Lake City in Utah. Then here is a American 737-800 in the One World livery. It's very shortly going to be heading out to Chicago in Illinois. Final aircraft of the update is this American Eagle Embraer 175, and it will be heading out to Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I hope you've all enjoyed this update. I know it's been a bit different, but I'm hoping this series will do well. If it does, I'll definitely try and continue to do these just as much as I do San Diego Elcon. Obviously, this being a smaller airport, it's a bit more of a pain set up because I've got to go and store my planes elsewhere, because unlike most people, I store the planes on my airport, usually set up as San Diego, but for the past few days I've had it set up as Santa Clarita. But yeah, like I say, hope you enjoy the series. A few new airports coming out this year, hopefully. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much to 300 subscribers. Goodbye.